After a 4-game sweep with relative ease, the Oklahoma City Thunder are ready to face off with the Dallas Mavericks, who endured a 6-game battle with the LA Clippers. The matchup between Dallas and OKC features 2 of the 3 finalists in the MVP race, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Luka Doncic. The Thunder hold the distinction of being the NBA's youngest team ever to secure a playoff series victory, let alone as the 1 seed. They shattered all preconceived doubts about their ability to advance beyond the initial round, despite boasting a commendable 57-25 record and consistently showcasing remarkable maturity as a youthful squad. Of course, the Pelicans were without Zion and were truly underdogs, but the point is, the Thunder handled business like a true contending team. In the highly talented West, the 50-win 5-seed Mavericks have been playing like a completely different team since the trade deadline. Probably because they are a completely different team. Since acquiring PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford, the Mavericks boast the best record in the West, going 24-9 from the trade deadline to the end of the regular season. That level of a turnaround was accompanied by the 6th best offense and the 6th best defense in the league. The Mavericks have absolutely changed their identity in the second half of the season. But here's the thing. For the entirety of the regular season, OKC maintained the 3rd best offensive rating and the 4th best defensive rating. They are the real deal, and have been all season long. In their matchups of the regular season, the Thunder took 3 of the 4 games, but that comes with the caveat that the only game that both Luka and Kyrie were playing was their sole victory against the Thunder. But of course, that also speaks to another strength of the Thunder. They are young and healthy, while the Mavs are undoubtedly banged up. The Thunder possess the style and reputation typically associated with smaller teams. Their guards boast impressive positional size, with the shortest member of their rotation standing at 6'4", while their 7'1" rookie center, Chet Holmgren, excels as one of the league's premier rim protectors. However, lacking traditional big men in their lineup, and with Chet comparable in weight to many point guards, they face challenges against physically imposing opponents who can easily dislodge them. Consequently, the Thunder ranked 29th in defensive rebound rate and 28th in offensive rebound rate during the regular season. Nonetheless, their achievements include winning 57 games and securing the West's #1 seed. This success stems from their efficiency on initial half-court possessions, led by their star guard SGA. Despite whatever limitations, the Thunder's identity revolves around their dynamic style of play, characterized by aggressive defense resulting in numerous turnovers, while employing 4-guard lineups, guard-to-guard pick and rolls, and an unrelenting drive and kick strategy to outmaneuver opponents. But the Mavericks are no strangers to the drive and kick strategy either. Fueled by the combined talents of Luka, Kyrie, and a supporting cast brimming with skilled shooters and finishers, the Mavericks possess an offensive arsenal capable of competing at the highest levels. Yet, it is their defensive performance that truly distinguishes their identity. Although their time has been limited together, the starting lineup featuring Gafford, Washington, Jones Jr., Irving, and Doncic showcases an impressive +22 net rating alongside a defensive rating of 95.5 during the regular season, a remarkable statistic that would surpass league standards by a significant margin. Now, the obvious and easy point of focus in this series would be to hype up a simple Luka vs Shai matchup, a matchup we will likely see for years to come. But we know that NBA defensive schemes are not so simple. As much as I'd love to watch a Luka-Shai one-on-one match, the winner of this series will move on because of their unit's performance. So, who and what are going to be the X-Factors in this series? For the Thunder, 2 X-Factors I think are important to discuss are Shai and team defense. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has emerged as nothing short of a superstar. OKC's young core makes it seem like this team will be in championship contention for years to come. SGA has improved in nearly every statistical measurement, but it's time to see how he will react when the pressure is at its highest. Now, as for defense, the Thunder stifled the Pelicans, limiting them to a mere 39.6% shooting from the field and 26.7% from beyond the arc, marking the lowest shooting percentages recorded by any team in these playoffs. Throughout the series, New Orleans struggled offensively, largely due to Oklahoma City's relentless defensive pressure. A standout in this defensive showcase was, as per usual, Lu Dort, who effectively neutralized Brandon Ingram for the majority of the series. Ingram, a former All-Star, saw his scoring reduced to a meager 14.5 points per game on a dismal 34.5% shooting from the field, well below his usual offensive output. Dort's defensive prowess consistently poses challenges for even the most elite players. Beyond Dort's defensive lockdown, the Thunder boast a multitude of defensive weapons. Of course, Chet Holmgren emerged as one of the league's premier shot blockers, anchoring the interior defense for OKC, while Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Jalen Williams offer defensive versatility at their respective positions. With a roster brimming with lengthy and skilled defenders, Oklahoma City ensures that its opponents have little room to breathe throughout the game. While their offense may not always deliver, their defense consistently proves to be a formidable asset rather than a liability. While containing a talent like Luka Doncic is a daunting task, Oklahoma City remains as one of the few teams capable of potentially rising to such a challenge. Now, for the Mavs, their X-Factors come down to two things. Can their role players make open threes like Maxi Kleber, Jones Jr., and Washington? And will they demonstrate the elite defense they showed for the second half of the season? There is no doubt that Doncic and Irving will have great statistical games, but unless the role players are knocking down open looks and catching alley-oops, I can't see a two-man takeover succeed over this Thunder defense. The key for the Mavericks' success all season has been pace, and Dallas plays with good pace when they are getting defensive stops and running in transition. Of course, Luka may play at a slower pace, but everyone else on the team operates with speed. When the Mavs were at their best during their series against the Clippers, there was a large contrast in style, characterized by bold alley-oops, explosive dunks, aggressive defense, and adept ball hawking in the passing lanes. In these playoffs, Dallas stands out as the team with the most dunks. Leading the pack individually is lively, despite logging significantly fewer minutes compared to the other top performers. The matchup between OKC and Dallas offers one of youthful, fast-paced teams that depend on defense to generate offense. So here's my prediction. Most of the data and analysis points, as expected, towards the Thunder winning the series. They are the 1 seed for a reason and have been consistent throughout the year. However, I still lean towards the Mavericks pulling off the upset. Now, to be completely honest, the Thunder taking the series wouldn't be a shock, but I believe what could greatly benefit Dallas here is maintaining an element of mystery, particularly with certain data points missing, such as a pair of games featuring one of its two high-usage stars absent. Nonetheless, Doncic remains as a master of the pick and roll, while Irving adeptly exploited Chet Holmgren's defensive coverage in a game where he torched OKC. Even in a series where Doncic hasn't quite reached his usual standards, Kyrie has excelled, emerging once again as one of the most formidable closers in the playoffs. With the addition of Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively providing a constant threat with their ability to catch lobs, the Mavericks' offensive potency increases significantly. While Gafford may not have stood out in the first round, his presence remains pivotal, complicating OKC's defensive decisions. In the 2 games post-deadline where Gafford faced the Thunder, he averaged impressive numbers, showcasing his prowess on the offensive glass and finishing alley-oops. The roll threats posted by Gafford and Lively appear to force OKC into more frequent defensive rotations, but as is always the case with Dallas, their defense must perform. Their ability to get stops and play at pace, utilizing transition offense, in my opinion, will determine this series. Who do you have winning this Western Conference matchup, and in how many games? Let us know in the comments, and thanks for watching Sports Pantheon.